Hey guys, welcome to this quick video which is talking about June. We're all gonna go into the sixth frequency of June, and it's important that we understand what the positive and the negative pipelines are so that we can focus on the positive and avoid the negative pipelines at all costs. All right, so what's coming after this is I will have all of your directives 1 through 9, the personal year numbers 1 through 9. But this is the base. This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start talking about each month and each number. Now, if you are a 6th life path, have a listen. If you're in a 6th personal year, have a listen. Really pay attention to what I'm saying, all right? Because it's stuff that's going to work. So, 6th frequency is connected to the visionary, and it is dynamic in its potential to see how, collectively things are going to work, and that is across the board in life. It doesn't matter where you are and what you're doing. This energy is here, and it really is intuitive. To a fault, a good fault, where there's this literal dropping in of answers to conundrums that just weren't there before. So, positive pipeline of this looks like being able to see that bigger picture and accepting that information, and then having a ton of patience with the people that you're collaborating with, working with, in relationship with, as well as being forgiving when somebody makes mistakes. Because there needs to be that space where learning happens. The energy of 6 also is that of a teacher. It's connected to the sign of Cancer, and it is a beautiful experience to teach others, to do for themselves. Because it's satisfying. There, you're teaching somebody a skill, so that they have power to make power, right? If you think we're piped into the 8th frequency, they have the power and the authority to begin to harness their own agency and make their own money and be their own independent self, or get better at working inside of a community. All right, communities are across our globe right now. We're all sitting in this, and there is an opportunity here to make things better. That's where you want to keep your focus. All right, having patience, that includes yourself. Dropping any perfectionistic tendencies, because imperfection is actually an exquisite thing. All right, so the visionary also is capable of accepting imperfection, and is capable of forgiving and having an inordinate amount of grace and patience, not only with others, but with self. And what I think I need to add to the patience is that there's an awareness that time is something that's an active player in it. All right, so the lessons stellar, please avoid like the plague. You should tell yourself to run and not engage, and do not let this take root, because it is going to cause delays in the things that you hold dear, that you want, in your career, in relationships. Again, it's just this list that makes up our lives, right? Avoid like the plague is perfectionistic tendencies, because what that does is it produces hypercritical judgments of others and self. And then what happens is you end up getting lost in these petty details that really are going to go nowhere, and waste your time, because you don't think, if I'm using myself like as an identifier. Let's say that I let these negative characteristics take root. I would be saying to myself, well, they're not doing it right. So I got to get in there and I've got to do it because they're not doing it right. And they're not listening to what I said, and they're being petulant and rude. And then all of a sudden, what do you have? You have, at the end of this month's run, you have a bunch of petty details taken care of that didn't necessarily contribute to you teaching others to do for themselves and to holding on to the bigger picture with grace, knowing that this would take time, right? Just don't go in that direction. The negative takeaway of the 6 frequency, which really, gosh, it's a pretty number. And it has so much to offer our communities and our lives, is the feeling like you are a doormat. That's not true. If you practice being willing to allow these perfectionistic tendencies, if you practice to let them go, that allows the visionary to come in more fully, and the art of acceptance to start to function inside of all of it, beginning to end here with the 6th frequency isn't a binary. There is a circuitous motion that runs through all of our relationships and how business happens, and how communities work and all that kind of stuff. So just stay on the right side of this energy, and you guys will do just fine, and avoid the wrong side of this, the lower frequency side of this, like the plague, because it will cause delays. And this is our sprint run. All of our sprint run, we're running through this 6 terrain, depending on what your personal year number is, which I'll be talking about here in a minute, right, you guys? It will also be, how you are going to achieve that success is through your personal year number and the coupling of the two together. But I will get to that in each one of your videos. All right, you guys have a great day.